Hello, welcome to the Islanders podcast. My name is James.
And my name is Daniel.
And my name's Yan.
Today we're going to talk about Chinese Lovers Day.
Yeah,
Chinese Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell us when is Chinese Lovers Day? When is Chinese Valentine's Day?
Actually, Chinese Valentine's Day is scheduled on lunar calendar. Mm-hmm. So in Chinese new lunar calendar, in the seventh month of the seventh of the seventh month.
So the seventh day of the seventh month in our lunar calendar. So we use the Gregorian calendar
now,
like every day, right?
Yes.
Like in like businesses or students or schools, we use the Gregorian calendar.
Yes.
So every year for us, the Chinese Lovers Day is different. It's a different day because it's based on the lunar calendar.
Yeah.
Right?
So like this year, it's maybe August 23rd or something, 24th.
Like in the middle of August.
Yeah, the middle of August.
Generally, I think they are like a month slower than the Gregorian calendar. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I think nowadays Taiwanese people celebrate traditional Lovers' Day just as Western Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah, on like February 14th.
Yeah.
Or like the 14th of every month, right?
Yeah.
Or like March 14th is White Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
and so this is the Chinese version, right?
Yeah.
So do you observe this festival? This Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Do you observe this day?
Yeah. Well, not really.
Oh, not really.
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, me neither. I don't celebrate Chinese Valentine's Day that much.
Mm-hmm. I don't celebrate like a White Valentine's Day or like Western
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, because
But I think
personal
this
reason,
one is kind of obsolete in young people in Taiwan.
Yeah.
I don't know why. We know about the story.
Yeah.
And we talk about it sometimes, but we don't really celebrate. We don't really buy gifts for our partners, or we don't really do much on this day, right?
Yeah.
I think because the day of Chinese Valentine's Day is not fixed.
Maybe that's part of it.
Maybe that's part of it. So do you want to tell us the backstory of Chinese Valentine's Day?
So the story goes that it is actually a very ancient story from like 2,000 or 3,000 years ago. That's the legend has it that. So the story was about a cow shepherd and a weaver girl. So cow shepherd was one of the shepherd living in that era, and he just have some cows.
Just an ordinary guy.
Just normal people
taking care of his cows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But Weaver Girl was not normal people. She is one of the daughter of the Jade Emperor, one of the
supreme god.
The supreme god of in the Chinese culture. So she is one of the most talented and the most beautiful one of the Jade Emperor's daughters. So one day she and her sisters came down to the normal world, and they're just trying to have some fun here, and they go to the lake and playing water there. However,
took a shower.
Yeah. And they just
what happened?
Yeah, and they just take off their clothes and play there, right? So the cow shepherd found out there's someone playing there around the lake. So and found that they're actually the angels. They will say that they're angels playing there. Mm-hmm. So they steal one of the angels. Blouse clothes. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Away. Yeah.
Okay.
Creepy.
So after they're finished taking the shower, they get out of the lake and found that their clothing were gone, and especially as a weaver's girl's clothing was gone, and found out that it was the cow shepherd that actually stole her clothes. So because of some pressure or some like moral rules, she had to marry the cow shepherd. But actually, that's quite a ridiculous part if we look at the stories nowadays.
It was ancient China.
But it was like 2,000 or 3,000 years ago, so that was quite normal. I think. If you see somebody naked, you have to get married with that person.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. And so, what happened after that?
They get married and for like a period of time. Mm-hmm. But in normal world, the time was like they go through 1 year, and in the heaven they have
in the God world.
they pass the time there was way more slowly than in normal world. So they have married here in the normal world for like 10 years, but the Jade Emperor finally found out that her daughter was gone just 1 year later.
Okay.
Yeah. So when he found that, when the god found that the daughter was missing, he just get to the normal world and search for her, and finally found that she was married with the cow shepherd. Yeah, so he insists that he wants to take her daughter back to the heaven, to the God's world. Yeah, so they're like separated. The couples were separated. So the cow shepherd was hurt and very sad. Yeah. So after he died, the Jade Emperor just put him onto the God's world to become the constellations of the sky. So this story is actually based on stars in the heaven.
Like horoscopes, right?
Yeah,
like constellations,
something like that. Yeah. So there's one star called the cow shepherd star, and one star called the weaver's girl star in the traditional Chinese like heaven concept.
In the Chinese horoscope, right?
Yeah.
So in Western, they have their horoscope like Cancer or like a lot of like animals, right?
Yeah.
And so in Chinese culture, we have the cow shepherd and a weaver girl, right?
Yeah.
So it's called Altair and Alpha Lyra. So these two stars.
In nowadays, in like modern constellations, they would call it in these names.
Like academically, we call them that, but in Chinese culture, we call them the cow shepherd and the weaver girl.
Yeah. So they're normally separated by the Milky Way. Yeah, the river. We'll say the river, the galaxy, the Silver River, if we say in traditional Chinese culture term. Yeah. So the Silver River will separate the two stars, right? And only when this day called Qixi, the 7th day of the 7th month in lunar calendar, traditional Chinese people believe that magpies will there's flocks of magpies will form a bridge that's across the Milky Way, across the Silver River, that they can meet on the magpie bridge, and they can meet together. Yeah. So this is a kind of love story, but not so
quite
romantic.
A romantic story, a little bit in the end there. Yeah, but it was pretty sad and grim in the beginning, right?
Those magpies sounds like Transformers. They just fall into a bridge.
Yeah.
Something very cool is that in ancient China, they already had the concept that in heaven, like time goes by slowly, then slower than the earth, right?
Yeah,
that's cool. Actually true. Like in space, time in different parts of the space, time goes by in different rates, right?
Yeah. But I think it's kind of the superstitious or kind of belief they have.
It would be really cool if they already knew about that at the time.
Okay, so I think there's another point I would talk about to celebrate these kind of holidays. So like nowadays, Taiwanese people, youngsters just don't celebrate these days. But
don't quite.
But
some people still do it. Like restaurants, they will have like maybe like
special events,
promotion during this day.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're a couple, you go there, you can eat for cheaper.
Yeah.
Like it's more like a commercial holiday.
Yeah, so that's what I want to discuss about with you. Is that there's some commercialization of different kinds of festivals in Taiwan, right? So like I think the famous one is a Middle Moons Festival,
Mid-Autumn Festival.
So
we barbecue on that day.
Yeah,
Mid-Autumn Festival.
But that's not a traditional activity, right?
It is. There was a soy sauce company.
Yes,
a barbecue sauce company, and in the 70s or 60s, they had an advertisement that they thought that Mid-Autumn Festival was a good day for people to barbecue.
Yeah.
And so since then, every year people barbecue on Mid-Autumn Festival.
And become regular activities. We will talk about it. We would like to go barbecue on that day. So that's quite
such a cool way of marketing yourself.
Definitely. And something like Christmas, because traditionally Chinese people or in Chinese culture, Taiwanese people don't celebrate such a day called Christmas. But it's because Taiwan is also hugely affected by the American culture, so people started to celebrate Christmas. They go to celebrate Christmas. We have markets or something out there. Yeah. That's maybe part of the commercialization of the businessman, maybe.
Yeah, I think in America, a lot of festivals are commercialized.
Yeah.
And like people think that it's the schemes of these big businesses, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But in Taiwan, actually, it's just we have to celebrate these festivals. Like a lot of them are like praying related.
Yeah. So we have
So
offerings.
We have to prepare offerings.
Yeah.
Like we buy a lot of chips or like drinks or food and drinks, and or fireworks. Actually,
fireworks. Yeah,
we also buy a lot of fireworks. Like whenever there is something to celebrate about in Taiwan, people just go crazy on the fireworks.
Yeah.
And we don't have a limit. We don't have like safety precautions on these fireworks, so it's legal for them to do that in the city.
Yeah.
So like,
but not in Taipei.
Not in Taipei, yeah. But in my city, like sometimes at midnight, you can hear fireworks, which is crazy and sometimes annoying, right?
Yeah. But I would say, if don't think about it is like a scheme of businessman, I would say all these commercialization makes it's more like a great atmosphere of this kind of festival.
It's special, right?
Yeah.
Because like daily life is sometimes a little bit boring.
Yeah.
So you live for these festivals and you can have fun on these festivals. So I don't mind giving a little bit of money to the business because they create like a whole they create a common day for people to celebrate together, right? A reason for you to maybe go back to your parents and have dinner with them, or like meet with your friends and have a drink. And I think that is very special. That's quite good for me.
Yeah, somewhat like work hard, play hard. This thing is really important in our daily life because normal work is just so boring.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I think that's about the time we have for today. Do you have any special festivals in your home country that you want to share with us, or are there any festivals that we've missed, or many like strange like business related festivals that you want to share with us? Definitely write to us, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.